In Chapter 8 and Chapter 9, we are only going to do a few sections from each. Mainly in Chapter 8, we're going to review graphing and do some graphing. The first section we're looking at, it's going to be out of order. It just works this way best for my face-to-face classes, but it really doesn't matter which order you do it in. But 8.2 functions, you can also refer to 3.6 in the book if you need some more information. The first thing we want to note, we're going to talk about function notation. And I mentioned this earlier in another section where when we're looking at f of x equals 3x plus 5, where I said this is our y. If we were looking at y equals mx plus b, which is what we graph with our line. We'll also see the term relation. And so if you'll just think about what a relationship is. And so for mathematically, it's basically two numbers hanging out together. And the two numbers we are referring to are x and y. And when we put them in parentheses like this, we create an ordered pair. So with x and y, we will do a T-chart sometimes to help us understand, like when we're graphing. This is the very simplistic way of graphing. The x is your domain, and you should recognize that word also from Chapter 7 when we talked about the domain and what it could not be in the denominator, what the number couldn't be. And then y is your range. We've talked about function notation, but let's talk about what a function is. It is a set of ordered pairs where every x has only one y. So what this means is we can use the y's over, but they can't be used with the same x. The x's can't be used more than once. So let's look at if we're given these three ordered pairs. What we are focusing on are the x's. As long as the x's aren't repeated, then this is a function. If the x's are repeated, here where we have the same number for x, this is not a function. What this is, these three ordered pairs would create, if we graphed it, this would be a vertical line. Here we have another set of ordered pairs, and we notice that the x's are different, so it is a function. Even though we used the same y number over and over. That's fine. It's the x's have to be different. And so what this creates when we have the same y numbers, if we have created a horizontal line. If we were to graph this. So there's another test to see if something's a function. If we want to test a line to see if it is a function, we have what is called the vertical line test. And so I'm talking about here with this line, I'm talking about a line that is graphed. So if I have a graph, and we have a line that goes across it, the vertical line test says I can draw a vertical line anywhere, and it only crosses that line in one place. And so this would be a function. Oh, sorry about that. But if we had a graph like this, where we did the vertical line test, you can see here my vertical line crosses in two places. It crosses here in two places. So if it crosses in more than one place, then it's not a function. So here we want to find f of -5 for f of x equals 3x minus 2. And what you want to remember is this is the y. And what we are going to do is we're going to take whatever they tell us. Remember, they said this is x. The -5 is x, but the answer we get is our y. So this can be a little bit confusing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the -5 and we're going to plug it in for that x. So f of -5 equals 3 times, and we're going to put the -5 there for the x, minus 2. So do the multiplying, then do the combining. And so to write an ordered pair, remember the x is the -5, and my answer here is the -17. So we would write it as -5, -17. That's my ordered pair. Remember where x is always first and y is always second. All right, so I want you to try this yourself. We are given a function that says f of x equals x squared minus 4. And they want us to find f of negative 2 and f of 0 and f of 2. So these are going to be the numbers that we plug in. Remember, these are our x numbers, and whatever we equal, all of these will be our y numbers. So I want you to go ahead and try that. I'm going to get you started with the first one. You're going to need to write the equation, or x squared minus 4, and then come in here and replace that x with parentheses before you come in and put your first, we're going to do f of negative 2. So this is how we get started, okay? So go ahead and pause, and I want you to try this. Do the practice, and then when you're done, come back and watch how I finished it out. If we were to write these in ordered pairs, this one would be negative 2, 0, 0, negative 4, and 2 and 0. Okay, that's a quick little lesson, and so hopefully the homework will go quickly for you. Good luck. Email me if you have any questions.